the correct little tab. So it's just like, where's it? Where's the thing gone? I don't know where the thing is. Anyway, right, theoretically, once I open that up, this should appear instantaneously, as it has done so in the pay. Excellent, that's what we were after. And now, hopefully, that's going to be quite loud at the moment. Sorry, I'm just going to hug you for a moment. And by you, I mean the microphone. But it may have made a strange noise. It's difficult to know sometimes, because there's a lot of noise in the background and stuff. Especially because I think the computer fan is struggling more so than ever before, which is always troublesome, to say the least.
To the Umbrella Chronicles.
Thank you, I feel very welcome. But I need you to hurry up. Oh, there we go, right. Because of course, if I left the mouse cursor on, it doesn't sync up with the Wiimote's icon, which is always quite confusing. Right, I don't think we've got anything available for customization, no. That one? Excellent, we've figured out which was the plus and the minus button. So the OK button is A. Which or maybe I need to test it over that. Oh no, of course no. A is that button. Yeah. It's going to take me a moment to get back into the swing of what these buttons are. Anyway, we can either be Mr. Chris Redfield or Miss Jill Valentine. Let's be Miss Jill Valentine first. We'll probably get a chance to have a go of both of them. Now, I must admit, the grenade launcher is tempting. Considering how much I rely on the old sort of pistol, it is slightly tempted to go for heavy artillery for if things get out of control. But then, I don't know, submachine gun. Just lay enough bullets in, everything will die. Seems like a reasonable strategy. I must admit, one thing I didn't realise until I started this, and I don't know whether I've solved the problem or not, but my arm is sticking to my desk because it's so hot. So it's kind of like, this is awkward. But yeah, it's interesting having seen the latest film. I say latest, I assume it's the latest film. It's the latest film of Resident Evil that I've seen. But I don't know the actress's name. I just know her as Dutch, and not the sort of country. She played a character in a sci-fi series called Dutch, and it was a very good series. I can't even remember the name of the fucking TV series, so that's going to be awkward.
What is this hall?
TV
What was
character.
that?
I don't know, but you were almost a Jill sandwich, which was, interestingly enough, another
It's dangerous going alone.
fascinating.
All right. I will stay and secure the area.
But yeah, it was I can't find it, so it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, it was quite an amusing thing. They did include the line referencing the idea of the Jill sandwich, where she took a sandwich off of someone and said, "Now that's a Jill sandwich," or something along those lines. It was that sort of cringy, but yeah, it was quite amusing. But yeah, I must admit the way they portrayed most of the characters. I think I mentioned it last week, and the only character that I felt was particularly disappointing was the Leon S. Kennedy character, who just didn't feel like they did much. But a lot of this, yeah, that's... do you know what? That's practically shot for shot what they did in the film. One thing I was surprised they didn't include was they didn't include the Dobermans, I don't think. Which is kind of...
No, we're too late.
Oh dear. Well, I did mention the idea that it was going to be mostly into the wall. Oh shit, I've forgotten how to reload. There we go. It's slicing and dicing. It's not a real PC game. I was expecting to have to do PC things, but that's not how this works. Oh dear, it's not.
In here too.
It's interesting.
We need to get out of here.
Because previously, nice. Yeah, the film sort of hit most of the story beats. The one thing I think...
What are these
Well, there was a few
things?
things missing. One, I think, was the sort of Doberman attack, which is fairly iconic, and surprising that it wasn't included in there. Oh, that's the one. Oh, there we go, I managed to get the counter-attack. Must be, it's probably going to be easier doing the counter-attack, having opted those settings. Not guarantee. Oh dear, oh god. It was working better than this last time. I don't know what may have... Oh, hello. Grab that. I don't know what may have changed, but it definitely worked better than this last time. I suppose it might just be inconvenience, but it might be heat. Perhaps, I don't know. Everything's sort of struggling in the heat, I fear. It is just one of those things, I suppose. You've got to grin and bear it to a certain extent. I can't quite remember how to throw grenades.
We have to find another way.
Oh, no, now I do. It's that, yeah. Come on. Yes, nice one. Take that. You tase the man. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. God damn it. It's like, I think it's going to be slightly easier doing the counter-attack, but I still feel like I almost feel like I shouldn't have to rely on the counter-attack. Because what I should be able to do is... let me just... Oh, there is a zombie in the face in a moment or two. Is there something else here that should not be here? I don't think so, no, everything's here that should be here. Or more to the point, everything is here that was here last time. Let's have a look. I don't think graphics settings are going to help that much. I'm not convinced this would help either. Don't know what that noise is. It's just me trying to see. I mean, I think anything I tried last week is going to have been the thing. But frame dumping? I don't know. If unsure, leave this unchecked. Okay, I'm going to leave this unchecked because I'm unsure. I am distinctly unsure. If unsure, leave this unchecked. If unsure, leave this unchecked. Okay, I think maybe we best leave all of these unchecked, owing to the fact that I am unsure. So maybe leave all of those. I suppose... Oh, if we could change that, that would be interesting, but there doesn't seem to be a sort of... If unsure, leave this unchecked. Alright, I'll leave it unchecked. Jesus, game. Jesus Christ. What are exclusive Uber shaders? Okay, interesting. Don't use this unless you encountered stuttering with hybrid Uber shaders and have a very powerful GPU. I can't necessarily guarantee I've got a very powerful one. Uber shaders. What a word. Uber shaders. Will be used to prevent stuttering during shader compilation. But specialised shaders will be used when they will not cause stuttering. Okay. In the best case, it eliminates shader compilation stuttering while having minimal performance impact. But results depend on video driver behaviour. Okay, we'll try that. What's this one? If unsure, leave this unchecked. Okay, we might just leave this one unchecked then. The other one didn't say that. May reduce stuttering after the game is started at the cost of a longer delay before the game is started. Okay, that sounds like it could be quite good. Not recommended. Okay, fair enough. I will leave that alone. Uber shaders are never used. Stuttering will occur during shader compilation, but GPU demands are low. Okay. Oh, maybe I do want hybrid Uber shaders. See what happens. We shall see if it helps. Okay. I mean, that definitely didn't seem to be helping, did it? Nice. I've got a shotgun. Oh, look, this boy looks like he needs to be dealt with via the use of copious amounts of shotgun. Oh dear. I think hybrid Uber shaders might be worse.
There's so many of them.
Well, do you know what? I've got a solution to this problem. It's not that gun. It's this gun. As specified. Copious amounts of bullets. I get the impression, though, that that adjustment of shaders... Maybe I'm being too... sort of... impatient there. But it feels like that's not doing anything. If anything, it felt like it might have been worse. So, I think we'll go back to that. Oh, I'm surprised. You can actually use the machine gun as a pseudo pistol if you're careful. Of course, if you're not careful, you can just fucking unload, which is the benefit of the pistol, benefit of the submachine gun, I suppose.
Right.
Damn it! Oh, yeah, I was going to say there's bound to be something behind that portrait.
Check it out.
I do feel distinctly like there was probably something in the pot at the back there, but unfortunately I missed it. It was too quick for me. Here we go. The iconic scene. Oh shit. Only just. I hope you're not asking me to do anything else. Okay, good. But these are going to be very much like the monkeys from the last level, aren't they?
Behind you.
Yeah. The power of the machine gun. The power of the machine gun in the palm of my hand. It's definitely
Chris, I can
ineffective,
feel something's close.
or inefficient. Definitely effective, but inefficient. Especially the way I use it. Oh, no more lights for you. I just punched his lights out. Oh, there's a boy outside, and he wants to come inside. No, you look like you're an outside boy. So this man, however, this man's an inside boy. But he's got many bullets up his arsehole. And you've got many bullets in your head. Now, you'd think the many bullets in the arsehole and many bullets in the head would have done something, but I get the distinct impression they were not doing anything. But I feel like what's happening there is I'm doing no damage based on when they're sort of picking themselves up. Look, I'm stronger in the dark. If I can see in the dark, I'm stronger in the dark. See? It's distinctly not a thing. In a zombie apocalypse, you probably don't want to be turning the lights out. But look, in this game, I can't guarantee there isn't some kind of special bonus. Oh, we hit the checkpoint. Marvellous. Enemy hits 26. Critical hits 2. Objects destroyed 24. 1 for every hour in the day. Oh, yeah, I was going to try knocking several portraits off the wall. I missed. What are the odds that I missed the one portrait that had something behind it? There's a herb behind there. I don't actually need that herb right now, but I feel obliged to take it because I don't think you're going to... Unlike in sort of like the official original games, you don't exactly have a huge array of opportunities to kind of go back. You know, I couldn't go up these stairs, see what happens, and then pop back down the stairs. Unfortunately.
This one's quick.
Yeah, I've noticed. But a hellfire of bullets...
Yeah, he's different from the others.
seems to be working well. Oh, the shit! Now, see, this is the disadvantage, and maybe I should try and up my customization of the... Oh, nice. Wasn't expecting that. I should possibly up my customization of the buttons in order to make things a little bit more easy, but when I need to change weapons, I have to go from the Q and E keys to the up and down
Things just
arrows.
keep getting stranger and stranger, but I think you're right. I heard something coming from this
Slightly
room.
awkward.
I'm gonna open the door.
Ah, okay. This is one of their sort of change paths. Oh fuck, there's a dog. Oh fuck, there's a man. There's a man fucking a dog. No, he shouldn't be doing that. Ah, you bastard. his shoulders out. Yeah, single shot to the head. I say single shot to the head. I mean, it took me about a dozen or so, but... Oh dear. Oh, dogs. Dogs! Unleash the dogs of hell, which are definitely what these things are. At any second, it feels like it's going to just die on its ass. But it keeps just about managing to survive, which I suppose I should be pleased by. Oh yeah, I was discussing the film. The first thing... that's the wrong one. Oh well, that's not so bad. I mean, it's inconvenient. Ow. Okay, no, it's quite bad. Okay, it's quite bad. I was going to say it's not so bad because it was only a chunk of health, but unfortunately it also took a second chunk of health because it was quite so close. You creeping in the corner, mate. Oh. I mean, you're handling shit also. Oh man, creeping in the corner. Look at them all just creeping in the corner, creeping in the corner. Everybody's just creeping in the corner. No lights! Oh shit. Oh, birds. Shit birds. Is there more birds? Oh.
We already killed them.
They're coming this way.
Yeah, they do seem to be sort of coming back from the dead Fucking hell. No, okay. Those guys, yeah. I think I need to... I suppose, is there worth in trying to adjust my controller? I'm having a look, see if I can figure out a better way of perhaps changing weapons quickly. I mean, the problem is, no matter what, my brain's not going to be able to handle this sort of thing, so... Plus, it's remembering to put them back. No, I don't really want to faff around with the controls too much. But I do need to try and appreciate the idea of changing weapons a lot more. It's a shame you can't do a sort of one of those... You can either put it as this, or you can put it as that. Because that would be very convenient. Alright, let's go submachine gun for a little bit. Oh, that's not... This isn't where I thought it was. Okay, that's fine. I'll still go submachine gun for a bit. Actually, I'll go shotgun for a bit. Yeah. I've only got one shotgun bullet left. Excellent. I suppose I'll leave that plant this time for now. No, I have no shotgun bullets. I suppose up till this bit, I was technically able to use the samurai edge reasonably efficiently. It's only when those speedy boys turn up, which I realise technically... Oh, fuck off, mate. Fuck off. That's generous.
Yeah, she's different from the others.
Oh, fuck. Okay. There's an element of I cannot headshot in this game, so they are always going to get the advantage on me. This is quite frustrating. We can do the cheeky herb though, which is going to be at least semi-beneficial.
There's something very hot about this mansion.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
the idea of just
I don't
going
think this
head,
is just someone's
head,
solo.
head, head, head,
This
head
is the
is
area where all of those murders happened.
almost laughable.
There's got to be some
'cause
connection.
there's
Things
no
just
way
keep
I'm
getting
doing that.
stranger and stranger, but I think you're right.
Oh, this is the room I was thinking of. So yeah, I'm going to have to do this
Something coming
entire
from this
room
room.
again. Christ.
I'm gonna open the door.
Submachine gun, I suppose. Submachine gun even struggles with the idea of doing headshots. Because the headshots should really sort of kill fairly instantaneously. And yet headshots with a submachine gun struggle a lot. I mean, they are resilient as the bastards. I realise technically they usually are resilient as the bastards, but in this situation I could really do with them being a little less resilient. Oh! Of course, because I was out of bullets on that one, it screwed me over. Well, now I've got to remember, yeah. Now I've got to remember even more things that I'm not likely to be able to remember. Now, can I do this one well? Unlikely. But, every now and again, look, a broken clock is right twice a day. Unless it's a broken 24-hour clock, in which case it's only good once a day, I suppose. Oh god, even when you do what feel like headshots, they just don't go, do they? They do not go. Oh, I forgot about birds. Feed the birds, tuppence a bullet. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bullet.
I thought we already killed them.
They're coming. This way.
Could have sworn I just changed the shotgun game. Yeah, the speedy guys definitely feel like shotgun's the way to go. It's almost unfortunate because it means changing
No, I can't.
Changing the gun more.
Let's look for survivors.
But sir, you do realise that means changing the bulb. That possibly was premature, but I've done it now, so. God damn it. Fucking birds. Fucking dogs. Fucking arseholes. Fucking. They're not pulling any punches on this level, are they? This I don't even think is its final form. And it's on easy mode. So all of these are...
Forest.
No, not like this.
We don't want to die, do we? I'm terribly keen on dying at all. There we go. That caught him. I think it's if you can get him right on the forehead,
Sorry,
but
Forrest.
fucking
I'll
hell.
miss our target
The
practice
idea of
sessions.
getting him right on the forehead is very troublesome. I can get him right in between the buttocks now he's dead though. Woof, woof, wow, oh god. We're very close.
Can you get Wesker?
Horrendously
There's
close.
still no
Nobody really
response.
wants to get
I hope
Wesker on the line.
everyone's all right.
You should never try and get Wesker on the line. Wesker's evil. He's an evil, evil man. He was a bit meh in the film. Not bad, but a bit, tolerable, but not quite as sinister, I think. But potential to grow if they do a second one of those. It's always difficult to know if they are going to get a second of any of these things, because, as I say, I'd be surprised if it did well in the general sense, owing to quite how
This way.
sort of how thoroughly dedicated to the film, dedicated to the original game it truly was. But I think anybody who enjoyed the game would probably quite enjoy the latest film of the game. Owing to the fact that it was reasonably accurate. Nemesis was missing though as well, because it seemed to mostly combine Resident Evils 1 and 2. And owing to that, it was surprising that sort of Nemesis didn't make an appearance. But outside of that, I reckon though it could have been because of the God fucks when they yeah. I don't have a solution to them unless you know they're coming, which is not really how this should work, is it? Let's be honest. You get the tiniest amount of leeway on the headshot there, I think. Oh, okay. Also, sometimes, you know that whole headshot thing? Apparently headshots aren't headshots anymore. Oh, yeah, no, that was just... I got all my buttons confused. Whew. A little bit too thick and fast, if you ask me. There's sort of just... You could ease off just a touch, especially on easy mode. Fucking hell. Unnecessary to say the least to have it this awkward and troublesome. Like, what I feel like on easy mode, I should be breezing through it, and then if I wanted to get a bit, you know, bit more of a challenge, I should at that point be able to go normal mode. Ah, now it's proving difficult. But there you go. I suppose that's just my lack of will to bother with things. That's a big snake. That's abnormally large, I would say, for a snake. Very rare that you'd get a snake that large.
Watch the fangs. I bet they're poisonous.
Even if they aren't,
right
if that
on.
thing gets a hold of us, we're screwed. Get around it and keep your distance.
Right.
So I've got some more machine gun available, but I need that herb immediately. Unfortunately, that herb is no longer in existence, but it's
Here it comes.
what we can hopefully do. So ideally, stay alive. I suppose that's the general plan. Whether this is a plan that's going to be viable or not is difficult to say. Oh, come on! What was that? I'm sorry, game, but what was that? It just came straight at me, and there was no possible way of shooting
Tougher
it.
than I expected.
Try shooting its
At
mouth.
least there we go. Oh, no shit, you fucking... Really? What did you think I was doing previously? I'm shooting it in his mouth. And it's not too bad. Put it in a basket. I think this one might be a bit too big. Are you fucking...
Hello there.
General Blue Bush. And yes, this is perhaps a little too big to put in a basket. Also, it doesn't seem to be dying, like, at all. So, I'm wondering if this has gone... And oh, that one's just damn near impossible. There must be a weak point that I'm missing or something here, because it's just not dying. Maybe I need to use my grenades more, but well, that was probably a waste of a grenade.
Yeah, keep on it.
But yeah, once it gets round to that other side, there's one attack that's just too strong for me to dodge, which means I'm kind of on a time limit here, essentially. Also now.
Jill, the ladder.
Okay, we'll go up the ladder, shall we? I mean, some kind of herb would not go amiss. Thank you, game. As I should be pleased that you actually gave me said herb.
Jill, the chandelier.
Oh, I was using the chandelier. See, I preempted you. You said use the chandelier. I did use the chandelier. Welcome, Mr. Bluebush. Welcome. How are you? Are you doing well? I'm battling a giant snake and not doing incredibly well at it. Battling a giant snake, owing to the fact that this game seems to have gotten really fucking hard. Are you shitting me? That, again, feels like I was shooting it. Like, I know... Oh, okay. Yeah, because I really had time to deal with that situation, didn't I, again? Absolute fucking... Sometimes video games are arseholes. And this is definitely one of those occasions where the video game is being an arsehole. Just hoping to get lucky. Really? Yeah, no, I shot it. I shot it square in the fucking mouth, game. I'm starting to feel a little bit diddled by this game. Because what I'm doing isn't translating to anything productive.
Even if they aren't, if that thing gets a hold of us, we're screwed. Get around it and keep your distance.
Right.
Let's leave that. Oh no, one of them's a machine gun. I'm very much shooting it. Very much shooting it. And it's not wanting to go down. Get everything reloaded. I guess we'll use the machine gun for a little bit, but I don't know. Oh, especially actually this one is the one where I may need the machine gun more than ever before. Would you mind stopping being a dickhead?
Try shooting its mouth.
I know shit. See, that's the sort of advice that makes you go, really, really, I want to fucking kill you, game. I'm doing shooting it in the mouth. And guess what? Half a dozen times, shooting it in the mouth has not been working the way it's been advertised. See, like, I suppose I'm trying to fire too much, maybe. Need to be a little bit calmer with my bullets. But it's very difficult considering I'm going against a giant fuck-off snake. Well, as I probably end up down below again anyway, we'll grab that, get that chandelier prepped. I don't know whether we'll get some cheeky damage. Nah. Is that going to be a fair chunk of change? That's not terrible. Really wouldn't say no to some more grenades though, game. Do you want to give me some more grenades? I think you want to give me more grenades, because more grenades will make my life a lot easier.
Now's our chance.
Good, I'll try. Oh, we end up down there anyway. I would try killing those boxes again, but that didn't seem to work out so well last time, so... I think we might just about get away with it this time. Nope, okay, no, we won't. Now, of course, the herb is nowhere to be found, so we may end up dying to an attack after all. Okay, no, we're going back up the ladder. Fair enough. Well, we have no chandelier this time, so I'm not sure why you want to go up the ladder. Got some kind of idea this time? The painting? Or is it just walk around? Maybe it's in case you missed the chandelier first time? Do a little bit of cheeky firing? No. Didn't seem to do much. It's not really doing much for me either. I think I'm literally only able to damage it whilst shooting it in the mouth, which makes life very awkward. At least I had that spare herb. There we go. Oh, that was tougher than it needed to be, is my official vote on that one. Tougher than it needed to be. But there you go.
Who are...
Chris Redfield, from Alpha Team.
Alpha Team? Thank goodness.
We were
Everything's
playing
okay
this
now,
previously. I think she's a vampire. And Richard's trying to tell everybody that she's a vampire. She ripped out his throat. Clear time was a C. Seize Bab. I don't think you should be seizing Babs. She doesn't like it. Jill Valentine's profile, nice. Chris Redfield's profile, nice. Kenneth J. Sullivan's profile. Stars notes. The Arclay Research Facility Mansion notes. Mansion Incident 2. And Rebecca's scenario, Nightmare, is now available. So I'm assuming that's filling in the gap between where we left off. Oh yeah, I've got the Wesker one, that's fine. Do I not have a grade for these other ones? Interesting. Weird that I've only got a grade for the end, but I'm assuming that's just the way they do it. Unless I've got a grade for... Oh no, I've got a grade for that one. Maybe I was completely ungraded. Or I suppose maybe this is easy mode. This is my grading for easy mode. Assuming I am still in easy mode. Yes, I am. Okay. So apparently what's slightly annoying and concerning is the fact that I clearly needed very easy mode. Which is... not great. Well, we'll try Chris Redfield this time. I don't think it was... not suggesting it was her fault that I was quite so bad, but I like to switch up my characters. Functionally, I don't think it makes any difference. I think in the originals it made a degree of difference. Leaving Rebecca to care for Richard. Yeah, care for. Turn into another vampire. Same difference. Chris and Jill continue to explore the mansion. Wesker was still MIA, and they were stuck in a mansion brimming with secrets. An eerie courtyard stretched out before them. God damn. I hate
I'm glad
courtyards.
those two are okay.
It would be too dangerous to move Richard now.
Too what?
But
Too
we left them with enough ammo and
dangerous.
medicine to protect themselves.
Too
I'm still
dangerous.
worried. We have to find a way to make contact with someone on the outside.
Kill the dogs.
Definitely.
That's the secret to all of the
We need to
things.
find the others.
Right. Let's hurry.
Never mind what happened to Wesker. He's a naughty boy. He's a naughty Wesker boy. For anybody unaware, Wesker's usually the villain. As far as I'm aware, anyway.
There's a path on the other side of the water.
If we open the floodgate, we should be able to cross.
Never, ever open the flood gate. But always shoot the lights out. Unfortunately, I have failed miserably to shoot that light out, and that one was unshootable. So, there you go. Turn the valve. I shall twist the valve and turn it deep. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, because going down there is never going to be a bad thing, is it? Oh, okay. Well, staying up here is not a good thing, so I guess going down is a good option. Still got a spare herb over there, which we haven't used. I mean, this is where this game's slightly unfair, because I know that thing's not dead. I know it, the game knows it, and yet I can't kill it until it officially comes alive. Oh, fucking snakes. Tons of time. Now, these snakes are more the sort of snakes you could put in a basket. But I don't think you'd want to, because they might lead to nasty, horrible things. Nice. Any more snakes around? No. I gotta shoot these goddamn snakes on this goddamn plane. And weirdly, for me at least, I've actually made that slightly cleaner than the original line it's referencing, which is almost impressive. Damn it. Really, very much, which I suppose is the point, I very much thought that dog was dead. Oh, I've got a second chance at that light. Yeah, boy! Oh, I've got a special get out of jail free card. I'm assuming I missed that the last time. Because I'm loosely assuming there's probably one per level. And I just never found it. Which kind of sucks. Ah! Fucking snakes, man. Oh, fuck, that snake's still alive. I at least need that snake to be dead. That snake's dead, though. Now, if you could turn around and let me get that herb that I missed earlier on that I didn't need, that would be really useful. But no. No, of course it won't. That would be too much like helping a man out, wouldn't it? And unfortunately, video games don't tend to like helping you out. They like to kick you when you're down. And very much just do terribly nasty things to you. Oh, no! And maybe another opportunity to get that, but oh, there you go. Yes, there was. And some grenades. Darn it. Probably best to focus on that guy. I don't think I'd do very well in a zombie apocalypse, assuming the zombie apocalypse required you to use a mouse and keyboard to shoot zombies in the face. Although I think, oh yeah, we can actually turn slightly, so it would have been more efficient. Shot him in the fingers!
Looks like there are 2 ways to go.
I shot his fingers off. Oh, go the non-watery way. I'd like to keep my trousers dry. Oh, can I get my trousers wet now, please? I'm happy to get my trousers wet. I don't really want to... don't really want to deal with this thing. No siree. Ow. Oh, okay. It did damage me, but it did die as well, so... frustrating that it managed to damage me. It very much feels like the sort of one where it's like, shouldn't have been able to do that. Damn headshots. They are very picky with their headshots. It's because it's not just shoot them in the general head. It's full force. You got to shoot them practically between the eyes, and ideally not up the buttocks. But you know, any bullet entered into their bodies in any direction, any fashion, very much work. They're very quick. Now, I feel like this is the sort of game that feels like you are designed to lose a fairly chunky amount of health. Because the person who can sort of aim and shoot that quickly sometimes, that feels like the sort of person who should probably be in the military, not just hanging around playing games. I do wonder if Wall of Knife. Yeah. Oh, no, okay. He got through Wall of Knife.
You're hurt. Stay back.
Yeah, I know. Wall of Knife is not being as effective as I was hoping Wall of Knife would be. Because they still seem to be able to penetrate the Wall of Knife. Which is where the leeches could not penetrate the Wall of Knife. Luckily, that might be the checkpoint. Because that would be very convenient game. If you could do me the service of being a checkpoint. Also, more grenades. Ah, cheeky little herb. Marvellous. That's the sort of thing we like to see. Especially since I don't think that was a checkpoint. But one can hope for the best. Just trying to shoot anything. That's why I never have any bloody bullets when the action starts. Oh, okay, that's a giant spider.
They're coming.
That's
This
creepy.
way.
Got it.
Oh no, oh dear. I don't think I needed giant spiders in my life. I don't think anybody needed giant spiders in their life. They are... Oh! I sincerely hope you don't have acrophobia. Arachnophobia. Because that shit's gonna trigger. There's a thing over there. Can I shoot that hat? No, I can't. No, okay, the grenade launcher is not the solution for those guys. I was under the mistaken belief that I had a... the fact that that spider is still twitching is slightly worse. Yeah, I've got a grenade launcher or the submachine gun at the moment, so... Yeah, the twitching... That's not good. High ground? I have the high ground, Anakin. You cannot win. Except spiders, I think, always have the high ground. There's never been a situation where a spider can't just get the high ground. And I just blew all the lights out, so... This is not a sensible plan of action, because I can't see shit all in it.
I'm worried about
I'll shoot those cups, though.
We have to make contact with someone.
Ah! I reckon these guys will probably play a little bit like the leeches. Therefore, giving me a chance to wall of blade them, unfortunately. Ah! Oh, did I? Oh, I shot a grenade. Oh, well, I suppose. I mean, it technically solved the problem, but not in the most effective or efficient of ways. Get down from the wall, giant spider. I wonder if there's any scientific sentiment that would say that a giant, you know, like a spider of said size as these are, perhaps could not actually walk on the walls, because at that point they would be too big to physically sort of grip their bulk to the walls. I don't know the science of spiders. All I know is they are kind of gribbly. More so the ones that have... More so the ones that have lizard friends. Because as we all know from the Spider-Man comics and film, spiders and lizards are the natural nemesis of one another. Oh, good. Herb is always going to be appreciated. Shooting that lantern out was always going to be appreciated. If you're the only reason I shoot all the lanterns is because there might be a secret behind them. You never quite know where they're going to hide cheeky little secrets, which is why... Point proven. Point 100% proven there. You never know where the secrets may lie, he says, immediately uncovering a secret. Excellent. I'm very pleased by that fact. Dink, dink, dink. I figured I'd shoot him at the arse a couple of times. It's the little things in life, isn't it? And sometimes the little things in life are shooting a man up the arsehole with a high caliber gun, just for the lulls. Oh, we appear to be down into a fairly dank, dark facility. About to get darker. I sincerely hope you're not. Ah, lizard men. I sincerely hope you're not lizard men. I must again, like, I just don't have the reaction speed to deal with them. The fact that they jump in, I don't have the wherewithal to be able to go, oh yeah, no, and you're done. Okay, on that occasion. But unfortunately I was too busy thinking, surely they won't put a third one in, and that one was just unfair. Because he slashed through my bullets. Which is like, if you know, you give me a chance to shoot a man, at least give me a chance to shoot a man. Oof. Every now and again, something really struggles. Although, having said that, it might be the fact that we've got peculiar water.
Water tank.
What's it doing down here? There's something in here.
Yeah, it's a giant shark. Pay attention. Oh, there's multiple giant sharks
Look
at the
out!
time.
It's coming right at us.
Or maybe get out of the water. That's going to be one of the primary weaknesses of the shark, isn't it? Ah! Dodge!
Where'd it go?
Under the water, probably. Here it comes where? Here it comes where? I need a shot game. Give me a shot game. Another wall there. It's like hunting megalodons. You gotta shoot it before it comes at you, otherwise you're gonna get holes in you. Whoopsie doodles. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shoot your console. I think the game kicked me out because I was shooting its console. It's not the best looking water. I'm assuming that's because of the emulator, maybe. And you never know, it might be the water that's causing quite so many sort of like, nope, issues with it. We got attacked by leafy greens. See, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I don't have salads. Because one day, we all know it, we've all seen Day of the Triffids, we've all seen this thing, one day, the leafy greens, they're going to turn on us. And on that day, I'm going to state categorically that I never touched the leafy greens.
What is that thing?
It looks like a giant plant. Look out!
I mean, it looks like I'm probably going to lose. It's just what it looked like. Oh shit, that's a grenade launcher I didn't really mean to use. Oh, that's a grenade launcher. No, okay, no, okay, I don't.
Jill, aim for that flower.
What flower? You're gonna have to help me out. Ow! Okay, no, okay. So, lots of things. No. Too many things are happening. I don't understand any of them. I've lost all sense of what my controls do. I've lost where my buttons are. I mean, there is no possible hope of me tracking one of those tendrils. So, will Wall of Blade work? Potentially, yes. That will make life easier. Oh, shit, I forgot that.
I'm sure it's dangerous.
Got it.
Whoosh.
You better
Just
be careful too.
relax with the camera game. Relax with the camera, please. Please, I can't. I don't know what you want me to do, but whatever it is, if you're shaking the shitting camera around like a fucking mental patient, don't know which the A button is. Keep mucking it off. I don't think I'm beating this boss. Is going to be the factual sentiment. So I think that's the flower you actually want me shooting. Are you absolutely fucking shitting me? Just, there's no way I'm hitting that flower. Wall of Blade works, so we'll stick with the theory that Wall of Blade will work. More shotgun. Maybe the reason why they're giving me so much shotgun, Christ, is because shotgun is the way to do it. I'm resisting you. Not very well, but I am resisting you. Wall of Blade. I think we'll definitely be restarting this, although I do have, technically of course, I do have my revival cream. Hopefully, if I do have to revive... that's why. I'm getting the bloody A and B buttons the wrong way around again. But I really, you know, like, I don't think the camera is helping matters here. Oh, I see. If I can avoid... I think it's horse shit is what I think it is, truth be told. Oh, I didn't even spot the waggle. I was too busy trying to use grenades. But I've got a feeling grenades are not helping in this situation. Resist. I can probably do that, resist. I'm wondering if a grenade launcher might help slightly at least. No. I mean, definitely helped a little bit, but... back to shotgun, I suppose. Back here to try and get a cheeky little crit in. Because if I can get that little sort of exposed ball bag that it's got, it looks like I can do a fairly decent chunk of change, but unfortunately it's surprisingly difficult to hit it by the ball bag. Hey! A little bit sort of sloppy, but we got there in the end, and that's these. It's a summary of set. But at least we managed it. That's something. Distinctly something. Which is not nothing. Although sometimes it feels like ass. It feels like ass. Because that's the way. We like ass. That's the way. We like ass. Mansion incident free. Whew. It's getting hotter in here, which is probably owing to the computer. One final doings, and we'll go back to Jill for the final doings, and we'll stick with having the grenade launcher, because the other weapons you tend to be able to pick up, whereas the grenade launcher is a little bit specialist. No, in my luck, there will be a grenade launcher in the map, but still, can come in handy. After fighting off an army of monsters, Chris and Jill stumbled upon a hidden underground research facility. There was no doubt that Wesker was here. The two carefully descended down into the darkness, not knowing what lurked below.
Something big was going down here.
Zambos, I suspect, are going to be lurking below. See? Told you. Shoot that poison buttock in his asshole. Shoot that poison buttock. No! This is bullshit. I very much feel like I shouldn't have had to do that. Hey! Oh, that's going to help a lot, the old heal spray. The most powerful item in the game. Yes, indeed. But I still really wish you could upgrade your Samurai Edge. Because if you could upgrade your Samurai Edge, I'd be so quids in on that. I'd just instantly upgrade that beyond belief, because it's the best weapon to be able to use. The infinite ammo helps substantially. Okay. I mean, it didn't help in that situation, but you know what I mean. In most other situations. Yes. Yes, yes, I did lay a lot of bullets into that man's arse. But I was fairly confident that man was going to come back from the dead. And when he came back from the dead, he was going to think to himself, fuck, why do I have that many bullets in my arse? Really, game? Really? You just this idea. Oh, I've missed that now. No.
I'm sure of it. Let's hurry.
It asks too much of me, unfortunately. Oh, I said it's unlikely to find a grenade launcher. So I found a grenade launcher. Are you You cannot seriously survive a grenade. Don't be a penis. Not that just penis is going to survive a grenade, but still. It does mean that I need to sort of consider the idea of going what? There's a man with no genitals. There's a man with no genitals. How does he genital? He doesn't enter genital. Because he's the man with no genitals. Don't know what that is. Oh, it's a herb. That's probably going to be quite useful. I was in herb territory. What the? Yeah, no, I fully concur, but I managed to accidentally shoot it right in the face. It's sort of a strange bug man? Question mark? I'm assuming bug man. Once again, we've just accidentally won. Yeah, I think they're trying to fuse Men and Spider for Mena Spider. Grab that shotgun. Not that I use it, but you know, it's not about the using it. It's about having it. Where are the Zambos? Where are the Zambonis? Oh, tell you what I should do. I should try and install House of the Dead. The typing, or I suppose it was called Typing of the Dead, wasn't it? Because that's actually sort of built around the idea. Well, Typing of the Dead specifically is built around, obviously, the keyboard itself. But really, I mean, the problem I have with that is clearly they're expecting you to instant headshot it, and I don't. Unless you're super lucky or super fucking good, I don't see how you're doing that. No, please, 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 please. Hold it. Hold it. Please. Oh dear. It's really... I think it's specifically the game. Don't think anything else is going at the moment. I think we've got... Yeah, I think it's still... My computer is still running very hot. But that's just because of the outside heat as well as everything else. I think they may possibly be cockroach men. I saw there was a certain resident. Jesus fucking Christ, game! All you have to do is give me a bit more leeway and a bit more of a chance instead of just having a zombie sprint at my fucking face. Like, all of these others feel reasonable. Like, even the little skittery cockroach man feels like, you know, when I fail to deal with it, it feels like it's my fault. Because when I shoot it, it gives me a bit of a chance. But those guys that just run at you, feels distinctly like it's just like, no, you're taking damage. I don't care. You have to take damage. It's part of what we're after doing. Which is quite frustrating. I suppose that's the standard fare though, isn't it? When it feels like it's your fault, it's not as frustrating because it feels like, yeah, no, I could probably do better. Whereas when it doesn't feel like your fault, it's even more frustrating, of course, because why, you know, why can't it not be bullshit? Hey, cheeky little extra bonus there. Okay, that's not a destroy computer screen. It's going to be terribly inconvenient if it was a destroy computer screen, owing to the fact that I very much destroyed it. maximum concentration for a split second. I don't know if I could have, but it didn't look like I could shoot those lights down below. Oh. Bang. Ah! There's a naked man! Oh god, oh my god, really?
Hang back.
My biggest problem with that one was the fact there was two of them. It's like, yay, I fought off the... Oh, I didn't fight the second one off though. There's a skittering man, there's a skittering man. At no point in time did I ask for a skittering man. Could all of the skittering men please leave me alone? Not interested in your skittering. Not interested in your men. I accidentally shot a grenade. Not entirely sure how I accidentally shot a grenade, because I definitely did press op. So the shotgun may not be the solution to this problem. It's the solution to many problems, but on this occasion I don't think it's the solution to this problem. Pop back down. Maybe I... oh no, that is the... maybe I did push it too many times then. Fair enough. I mean, that's definitely alive, isn't it? Let's be honest, come on. But, see, I've put 2 rounds in its head. That means it shouldn't come alive, but you know for a fact it will. Just try and take out any and all lights. God damn it to fucking Hades. There was no room, there was no leeway there, was there? It was just instantaneously in your face, slicing you to bits. This is where it almost feels like you have to memorise the entire level. And that's the only real way to get through without being completely buggered. But there you go. Maybe I'm just garbage, which is fairly standard fare. But there you go. Oh, cheeky little grenade launcher. That suggests it wants me to use a grenade launcher at some point, owing to the fact that I seem to be collecting a chunky amount of grenade launcher ammunition. This feels like we might be building to a booth. I mean, certainly this does look suspiciously end of gamey area for Resident Evil 1. Oh, there he is. Yes, there's Wesker, pumping himself full of drugs. The Tyrant program, which I believe is, well, potentially the thing that's going to be there. There it is. But that's also what Nemesis, I think, becomes.
Chris, you make me proud.
Wesker?
Tonight was an excellent night for collecting data on Umbrella's biological weaponry and its performance
Such a good
against
voice for
trained flesh
being
and
the
blood
villain.
combatants.
You set the team up?
Excellent deduction, Jill. That was Umbrella's intention anyway. However, I don't need them anymore.
I feel like I need to shoot it in the heart.
The ultimate life form. Tyrants.
I mean, you say the ultimate life form. I mean, look at it. Fucking hell.
Beautiful.
You ought to get your eyes tested, especially the fact that you wear shades in the middle of the day. Well, your beautiful beastie very much stabbed you. But never fear, Wesker's not dead. Spoiler alert. I mean, in fairness, this is based on Resident Evil 1, which is many, many years ago. So if you didn't know that Wesker was still alive, you probably were never going to try and find out.
No! How could they keep something like that here?
I can't believe it. All of this was his doing.
No time to worry about that now. We have to take this thing down.
Really? I mean, okay, so on this occasion, I'm trying to be a bit more sort of targeted, you know? I'm trying my best.
Device. We better get out of here now.
And yet, my best was still not good enough for him to just keep slicing me. I mean, you know he's getting up again, don't you? Yeah. Just, again, spoiler alert. In fairness, that's actually technically just a guess. It's just it's that fairly standard horror notion that the big guy you've just taken down is going to get up again. In fact, I suspect him to turn around and he's going to be at the end of the corridor. Yeah. Okay. Fair dues. I mean, I'm not right every time. Spooky, spooky doings. I thought the vet bite was on.
If there's anyone alive, contact me now.
Brad!
I'm at the heliport.
Fuck me!
Oh, Albion's appeared.
Last chance.
Once again, didn't actually need to look.
The heliport.
Always just that random fuck me. Ah, skittering. Oh god, skittering men caught me by surprise once again. Oh, skittering man is still alive. That's problematic. Now, naked man is trying to do nasty things to me, and that's not in the game. I need you to go away, please, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to show my love. Oh, goddamn assholes. Welcome, Miss Albincroft. How are you? Are you doing well? I'm fighting for survival in the world of naked men who spit on you. Again, not in the game, just life in general. But, yeah. It's Resident Evil Chronicles again. Actually, I don't know. You may have missed last week's Resident Evil Chronicles. I'm not sure. But nonetheless, we did this last week as well, because I found it and enjoyed this one. Oh, goddamn bastard! No, not the spitting! Don't you spit on me! Don't you spit on me! I'm hot, but at least I haven't had to do anything. Well, I say that. Technically, I did make rolls, which wasn't necessarily the best idea when it came to being boiling hot, but still. Standing next to an oven, I'm assuming you probably know, because you do a fair amount of cooking as well. But, in fact, arguably, you do more cooking than I do. But nonetheless, standing in front of an oven and sort of kneading bread. That was the big issue, I think. Trying to knead bread for sort of 5-10 minutes was like, Jesus. Oh, it's too hot for this. But yeah, recovering from the last 2 days of work, I am not surprised you need some recovery time, because sweet Christmas, it was hot. Well, I can't deny it. Like Monday I seem to get. I hate this guy. And yet I continue playing it, so I can't hate it that much. What can I say? Apparently I love the things I hate. How that makes sense, I do not know, but it is nonetheless very much true. But yeah, Monday I managed to survive reasonably well, but Tuesday, just...
All right.
the problem is I don't seem to be getting cooler, ever. It's just the heat is increasing and increasing and increasing, despite the fact that it's not technically increasing. It's just it's gotten into my body, and now I am eternally hot. And it's concerning and alarming. Turn around. There is gonna be another bastard creature trying to slice my gonads. Turn around. I think it's probably Tyrant. He's come back and he wants to argue about his neck gear. He's gonna go on a tyrant. A tyrant. It's jokes, ladies and gentlemen. It's jokes. And yes, there he is. Possibly bigger and nastier than previously? No, about the same. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your grisly eyes.
We've got nowhere to run.
We didn't come this far to die now.
Okay, let's
We
load
need to
that.
take him out.
Toss a grenade at his feet.
It's not working.
It must have a weakness.
I mean,
What is it?
we know the heart's its weakness. Also, strictly speaking, the grenades are doing something. Just, I mean, mostly breaking the frame rate of the game, but Yeah, that herb's probably worthwhile. Nice. Duck and cover. Oh, no, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it when you run. You're not supposed to be able to run. Shit. Shit. Shitty shit. No, quite clearly I'm not okay, sir. I'm trying to aim at its heart, but it's proving troublesome. Do we... Ah, there we go. I do have grenades, but unfortunately I missed, so that's good. But Jesus, wow, man. You just went straight in, slice and dice. Oh, okay, that was my fault. I didn't have the wherewithal to actually deal with that situation. Could you please not be a dickhead? No, okay. I don't know if there's a way of getting out of that, but maybe if I knifed him. Maybe I needed to knife him in the face. Yeah, okay. God damn it! Some of these. Oh, wow! Game, chance. Yeah, there's a key thing that the player has to have, and that key thing the player has to have is a fucking chance. Have another go, but sweet, merciful Lord. You need to not just go slash. You actually have to give people a bit of a chance.
We need to take him out. It must have a weakness. What is it?
Well, again, it is technically this heart, but it's quite difficult to actually manage to deal with. Really? Yeah, it's fair. I managed to just about deal with that this time. Now I've learnt that he's like on the side. No. I mean, come on! You actually have to yield. Mate, no, knifing. I don't think knifing's the solution. I honestly don't think there is a solution. I think he's just an arsehole that's impossible to beat. Really, sir? Really? Oh, I can't do your crouching game, okay? I can't do it. It comes up too quick. I can't do it quickly enough. Alright, you're a cunt. There you go. Games frustrate me. Because I should be able to do them, and yet I can't. That is the worst situation around. I need to aim up, question mark? No, I know, I'm aware it's not working. Nothing's working. I get the impression I may be shit out of luck for the actual sort of winning here, because he just doesn't stop. Because, I mean, I'm launching a grenade launcher at him.
Chris, Jill, are you okay? It's too windy. It's hard to get any closer.
No. Well, at least I automatically picked up the herb, which wasn't necessarily the best of ideas, but still. Jesus Christ. Yeah, alright, I forgot the fact that I didn't have any fucking weapons on. Well, I lucked out on the, grab that herb for now. I might be able to sort of survive. No, okay. Are you going to give me that fucking... No, when it just comes up with do this, I just can't. Unfortunately, I just can't. Oh, for pity's sake, with your little dodge. Oh, no. This is one of those ones that's gone. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There was an inevitability to that one. He got one shot too close to me. And unfortunately, a lot of these explosions are kicking the shit out of the frame rate, which really does not help. Does not help, game. Does not help. I suppose, in fairness, in the original, it wouldn't have done that. But we did somehow muddle through. Just by sheer force of will, we have muddled through to beating it. But, I mean, some of those attacks, it seems like a little bit unnecessary. A little bit much. Well, there goes the mansion. Also, that tells me they did change it up slightly in the film. because in the film I don't think they combined, or rather in the film they combined what must have been the ending
It
of
was near
Resident
daybreak
Evil
on
2
July
maybe,
25th when the incident at the
because these
mansion
two didn't
drew to
escape in a
close.
helicopter.
Except for Chris and a few others, the RPD stars were wiped out. All of the evidence of the event had vanished with the destruction of the mansion. For a brief moment, I felt the pain of coming death.
I mean, you do get stabbed through
However,
the chest, so.
This too was part of the plan. Nobody was aware of it, but I had been reborn. I cast off my frail humanity and became something greater.
Because I am Wesker. He's a nasty man who does nasty things. CAC! Yep. I do sense that CAC does very much sum up my capacity to play this game, unfortunately. Which is why we'll probably move on. Because we have now done the mansion. And now we've got Raccoon's Destruction. And Wesker's Rebirth. Lovely. So we've got some options next time. But that's easy mode. That's easy mode and I can't do it. That's the worst part of this. Oh, it looks like there is a fourth level there. So this is going to be Resident Evil 2, I'm assuming. Yeah. Especially if this is going to be Skennedy. Oh, no, it's not. Carlos Oliveira and Jill Valentine. Yeah, that's interesting. Which one's this going to be then? I'm still assuming maybe sort of 2-ish. But I must admit, I don't remember Carlos Oliveira. I don't recognise him as a man. I recognise him as not a man, I suppose. But there you go, Rebirth, and I'm assuming that's probably going to be a Wesker one, and then if you do the Nightmare, you'll get another Rebecca one. And then we've also got our previous Wesker one down here. But we'll deal with the Wesker saga later, as a sort of separate thing. Pretty certain it's been auto-saving, question mark? I don't remember there being a save last time, so yeah. We'll go with there wasn't a save last time. And now, yeah, stop the current emulation. And we'll move on and have a go at something else. Precisely what? I do not know. But we'll definitely have a go at something else. How much is that dog in the window? I don't know. The one with the wagging tail. I still don't know. There's more than one dog in the window. And there's more than one dog wagging its tail. They get rather excited. Right, what do we fancy doing? I don't know. There's a few options. What's this? Oh, there's apparently a comment somewhere. Blimey, that's an old piece of artwork that I put up there. 2 hours ago, the King of Mossad apparently laughed at my picture and said, Picano. For anybody wondering, it was an image I created for Mortal Kombat when there's a character called Kano, and he had a piece of dialogue that said, well, this is a pickle. He's Australian, if that wasn't obvious from the accent there. And what I did was I created a pickle Kano fusion, which was very daft. It was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, apparently someone just commented on that, and I got distracted from the task at hand. I tell you what, let's do that, because I've got a brand new combiner harvester. I'm not planning on giving you the key. No, I got a brand new car. Oh, I need to actually. Oh, did that actually not work? Well, slightly sucks that it didn't work, but also slightly convenient because it allows me to do the rest of these things first. There you go, just to keep it stupid. Because that, God forbid I do anything that's not stupid. Right. If I'm very, very quick, I might be able to get a tournament in. But that is going to, that's very much going to rely on you loading the game, computer. If you could, it would be appreciated. Okay, there we go. I think we've gotten somewhere. I think we might be heading in the right direction. Yes, indeed we do. Hopefully, I think it should come up automatically. Yeah, there you go. It's time for Rocket League in my brand new lovely jubbly vehicle. There we go. Now I've joined. I should be able to just pop back out, and that'll allow you to have a little bit more of a look at the Aston Martin. And it is officially the James Bond Aston Martin. But I mean, ultimately, the James Bond Aston Martin is just an Aston Martin. So yeah, it doesn't have any gadgets unless you play the gadget mode in this game, in which case it does have some gadgets. But it is quite a sexy little car. Overly expensive though. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend buying this car in game because they overcharge. Frankly, they overcharge. And I know it's. Why'd you buy it then if they're overcharging you? Well, you see, the key thing is, if they'd not overcharged me, I might have bought more than one. Because they've got a couple of other Bond cars in there as well, but not the iconic, DB5. But yeah, this was a very expensive car. Like for one car, no, you are sort of taking the piss with that pricing. But there you go. Because you don't even get much with it. I mean, this is it. You just get this car. I don't even think you get like the wheels to use on other vehicles. It is just literally this car. Now, it's a very nice car and it's very enjoyable, but far too expensive. So I can't imagine they are. But if the developers of Rocket League are listening, they probably couldn't give a shit. But yeah, your price points are a little bit extreme. Yes, they are. That V-Sync is on. Interesting. Seems. This one still seems to sort of screen tear every now and again, it feels like. Unless maybe that's just what I need to do is get rid of. Maybe if I get rid of the motion blur. Did that actually count, or did I need to push a button there? I must admit that's not improved anything, so. Or not to my eyes anyway. Pop those back on and that'll do. Yeah, I think quality's probably enough without causing the machine too much hardship, especially today. Oh, there we go. I am ready, and I am apparently the only one. I am Bond, Jimmy Bond, which is very much Bond's cousin. We are. I tell you what. I wonder. We are. Game on. Fair enough. I was too busy mucking about. Although, having said that, there was still mucking about time. I just assumed there wasn't. Don't know what you're going to do. Okay, you've got the same instinct as I do. It was technically classified as a save, but I feel like I could have probably left it alone. Yeah, no, okay, we all had a plan, I'm sure. None of the plans were particularly good, and none of the plans really included anybody else, which is a touch inconvenient. Very much thought I was going to get more of a touch on that. Did get a touch on that one, but not quite the right. Oh, knackers! So close. Split. If I'd had like the rear shield or something, I might have been able to hit that. Well, actually, apparently on the replay, oh, was that a load of toilet rocks? Apparently on the replay, I didn't even jump, so clearly not as close as I thought I was going to be. Oh, no, that's going in again, isn't it? Bollocks. Well, we're getting thrashed, and none of it necessarily feels like we've done anything specifically wrong. It's just one of those unfortunate things where they keep getting some very good shots off. But that one certainly didn't look necessarily like it was a planned shot. It feels like they just got a little bit lucky on that one. But arguably they at least hit it in the right direction when it comes to the field, therefore that's perhaps good enough. That was a shame. That was way off. Clip the side of my car. Well, it may still go in, but we at least sort of... Oh, well, I suppose no. I suppose he did technically. He just took me out, which is frustrating. Oh no, not again. Please, not again. I mean, eventually maybe get a goal, but the whole... Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair. That one was a good shot. That one was a very good shot. But we've definitely not getting anywhere on this one. This is not a good matchup, it would seem. Are they rocking team colours? That might explain why this is proving a lot more troublesome. Because if they're official team, then obviously we're going to struggle. Now it could be... Oof! Don't know whether it helped or not, but it's shot it up and over, which is enough for my tastes at least. But yeah, it's quite possible that they're rocking a specific team colour, which I realise technically they're all rocking team blue colours, but they're also rocking the exact same shade of teal, which I think possibly suggests they could be a full team. Okay, that's not quite optimal. It's going now travelling a little too close to our goal. It's not what we want. Let's head towards that, guys. Oh, wait. Wasn't expecting it to end up down there. Oh, they are very good at getting that tap in. I mean, if we're lucky. No, don't know who knocked it offline there, but it was nonetheless knocked offline. Oh, that was devilishly close, sir. Oh, you little shit. Those ones where he just acted that little bit quicker, which is a touch awkward. And damn it, ended up not going where I thought it was going to go. And now unfortunately it's going to end up... No, okay, we dodged a bullet on that one. We're still 3 goals down though, so I do feel distinctly like this is not going to happen. It would take a miracle barrage of shots from us to come back from this. So I feel like my tournament days are very swiftly over. Although if they are very, very swiftly over, there's every possibility I'll get in the second chance league, having already flunked out of this one. Hey, well that's one. Maybe a comeback, you never know. Whoops. God damn it, yeah, I forgot that's not the button. They don't have a team name, so maybe the blue is just a coincidence. Oh. Maybe done more there, but no. Okay. Difficult tracking the ball. Oh. So. People who are good at this game, the amount of thinking they must do is quite immense. Because predicting sort of where it might go... Oh, hello, 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 hello. Nicely done, Nikki again. I think that is literally Nikki again. Yeah, Nikki on a comeback tour. Well done. Right, new plan. Try and get the ball to Nikki at all times. I feel like that's the solution to the problems. Nikki, you go. You go, son. I haven't actually got a way of telling you to go, son, but... oh, no. Okay. Oh, no. Bollocks. Now our goal situation has just proven worse than the comeback will need Nikki to do even more work. And I do fear that Nikki is under a lot of pressure. And yes, I'm putting it all on another player, because there's no way I'm making a comeback here, considering I can't even get the boost. Nice. That would have drawn us level had we not conceded another goal, but nonetheless, I am now distinctly the shit amongst the pigeons, aren't I? Whereas the my ally players are extremely good. If I could score the equaliser, that would be quite satisfying. But it seems unlikely because I have not got my eye in at the moment. Not that I've ever had my eye in, I suppose, but every now and again I do better than this. It's rare, granted. It's going to be a difficult one to... Really thought I had that, but A, I didn't do the right move, and B, I missed, so... Would have been most satisfactory had I actually hit that. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want the replay game. I didn't want the replay. I just pushed the wrong button. Which by now you'd think that most of these games would have learnt this by now. That's not how games work. 4 minutes. Do I really fancy sticking around for 4 minutes waiting for a second chance tournament? No, not especially, but as I possibly could do. Might have to end early today because it is getting extremely hot, which is annoying. Oh, I can redeem... Oh, no, I don't have enough points. Oh, I see, yeah. It's just the fact that it said redeem. It was like, yeah, I am happy to redeem this, please. Please do let me redeem this. Oh, I definitely wouldn't mind having that. That was beautiful, that one. I'm assuming that's... Oh, that's the dunker out the back as well. So apparently it's all about the donuts today. All about the donuts. All about the donuts on your life. In my life, I got donuts in my life. In my life, in my life, I got donuts in my life. Dunkin' Donuts for life. Dunkin' Donuts in my wife. I don't know why Dunkin' Donuts are in my wife. I don't even have a wife, so it's even more clever. It's even more impressive when you think about it. Let's have a look at my cars. I don't think they've changed since the last time I played it, apart from the Aston Martin. The Aggressio, the Rick and Morty Special, the preset free, which that's now its de facto name. It's now just known as the preset free. That's why I just didn't bother renaming it. The DeLorean is I mean, that's a beautiful one. Absolutely beautiful. The Punk Special. The Batmobile. Ecto 1. Kit. The Tumbler. The Batmobile. Flash in his little car. Not that he really needs a car. But he also needs a blue wizard. Just to prove that it's a blue wizard, I'll change it to blue. And then we have this one, which is the Friends Day. Friends Day special. All the blues, pinks and nastiness that you can imagine. Hot Rod. This is the hottest of the rods. The Goldie. Once again. Just to prove that the name makes some sense. And now we've got the Bronze Rainbow, which I think in fairness, the Bronze Rainbow is the Bronze Rainbow either side. Then the Hulk car, and then the Bugged car. All about those happy bugs, and it's sort of mandibles. Have you got mandibles? I'm always dabbling with men. Slam time, baby. And then the Aston Martin, which we're sticking with the Aston Martin, of course, because, you know, you would, wouldn't you? As specified, far too expensive. So I'm definitely sticking to that. Did I do the thing here, because otherwise... yeah, there you go. Streamer safe music. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but... the setting is there, so you've got to sort of believe that it's telling the truth. Season 7 rookie pack. That whole bundle is only $150. Now see, that's reasonable. Season 7 elite pack. That's getting slightly less reasonable, although the Fennec's quite nice. A little bit boy racery, isn't it? The Truth Beam. Don't know what that's referencing, but I tell you what, it would work on as a trail. It would work rather well as that's quite nice. It would work very well for the Ecto 1, wouldn't it? Bundles, the Boondles. Do you have Boondles? That's quite nice. Mostly because it really, really looks like an F1 car. And I realise if it's an F1 car, you kind of got to assume it would look like an F1 car, but that's not necessarily a guaranteed thing. Oh, and I suppose, yeah, that's just the skins for if you have a favourite F1 team. I'm assuming you could choose your favourite F1 team. I don't really follow F1, so mostly because I wouldn't be able to keep up. I'm a very fat man versus a very sleek racing machine that goes quite a substantial speed. I'm going to say over 100 miles an hour. It's probably even faster than that, isn't it? But I can't promise that. Let's have a look at my challenges. 25 shots. That's not going to happen. Use the water play or water save. Do I have water play and water save set to my chats? Water save. Water save, yes I do. So left and down, and we can deal with that swiftly. And let's have a look at the season. Oh, nice. I've got a few seconds, so we might as well open this drawer. Hopefully it's something good. Oh, very rare animated decal. I mean, it's not terrible, he said in a voice that suggested he thought it was perhaps a little bit terrible. RT, that's what we're after. No, nothing else. Hopefully we're gonna get into our challenge, and then I'll have to say, what a save. I'll probably just say it randomly at the beginning to get it out of the way. It's a reasonable enough strategy, I think. Do do do. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I can already up, yes. I won't do quite as much jumping as previous occasions, but I might consider doing a little bit of jumping. I might jump around. Jump around. Yeah. Jumping. I must admit, whatever pattern that guy who's jumping around has, that's a nice pattern. On my team, obviously, there's multiple people jumping around. The sort of pinky, purpley nebula type thing there. Khaled Med. Oh, poof! Nice save. If I do say so myself. I said I had to use it. Oh! Yes! It makes me happy. Dang it. Do-do. No, 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 that doesn't make me happy. If anything, I would say that makes me sad. That makes me very sad. It makes me the saddest of sad people. No, there's many other things that make you the saddest of the sad people. Oof! There we go. Got it out of the way of the goal at least. God damn it, that... Still distinct screen tail. distinct screen tearing, which the V-Sync should really have taken care of that. I'm going to have to have a look in the settings, which is awkward because I'm also trying to play the game. Oh, not where I was expecting it to go. But that's definitely screen tearing. I don't know whether it comes up on this stream or not, or whether you're sort of... Oh! Every time I try that manoeuvre, it just ends up fucking it up. I don't know, like, how... Like, that time, did the fucking manoeuvre I was trying to do. That was lucky. We got lucky on that occasion. I'll take it, but... Bounce that in over there. And if we can get ready... Oh! It's just... Oh! Nope. No, that was just nope. There's a whole bucket of nope sauce. Oh! Whoop! Nice. Well, at least someone finished it off. I assume it's got to be... Try 120 frames. See if that... I don't think that's going to help anything. Anti-aliasing... I'll put on a low anti-aliasing, see if that helps matters. Damn it. It might have actually. I don't know which one has helped though, I suppose. This is why when you're doing science, or even if you're just doing science adjacent, you should always only ever change one variable. Because now, I don't know which variable is the one that... affected the situation. Oh, that's not quite what. No, okay, not what I was expecting. Again, several things, not quite what I was expecting. Oh no, okay, that bounced. Not the way I was hoping it would. Oh dear. Okay, now the performance might be struggling. Just probably the 120 frames. I don't think my computer. My graphics card struggles with the idea of 120 frames, I think. Oh, dang it, I missed. Oh, no. I think this is another tournament failure. Yeah. Let's try... Oh, dear. Yeah, no, now it's definitely not. Let's get rid of that 120. Drop that back down to 60. See if that helps. Yeah, no, that's not. That's an unhappy computer. I might have to take off that anti-aliasing again. So wait and see if it chills out again, having removed the 120 frames. It does feel like the anti-aliasing might have assisted with the screen tearing, which is weird because that's 100% convinced that's got anything to do with screen tearing, but I suppose somewhere along the line it may have just sort of... I mean, that is a... Oh, okay. That deserved a what save. Unfortunately, there was someone completely ready to just punt it back in. So, yeah. Kind of took the luster out of the situation there, didn't it? It's like, you did really good, but then this man did much better. Oh, I see. That screen tearing is just straight back again. Okay. So, yeah, no, I think that's one of those ones that's having to be lived with. Unless I can figure out an alternate. Maybe dropping it down to 30 would help, but that usually doesn't. Usually that just makes it look worse. As I say, really, the V-Sync is supposed to be solving this problem, but there you go. Oh, nice. Camera, maybe the camera. Do you think it's the shake? No, I don't think it'll be the shake. I feel like it's got to be in this setting somewhere. Just precisely where. We'll try 30, but usually that just makes it look a lot worse. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like it looks worse. I don't know. I'm not exactly convinced. Ah, dang it. Not convinced it's helping. Ah. Dang it. I needed to be higher. I feel like that might be the solution to all of life's problems. I needed to be higher. Higher and higher. Oh yes indeed. Every day I need to be a little higher. Because I need to stretch myself on the rack. Dang it, oh that was the wrong angle. I should have probably stayed out of tournaments really, considering how terrible I am at the game. And the fact that I haven't practiced in ages. And don't get me wrong, even with practice it doesn't usually get that much better, but at least with practice I stand a chance. Here I've done so little. I mean, I suppose I saved a couple of goals, but it's made no difference, so I classify that as very little having been accomplished. Yeah, probably might as well be the one to rush for the ball. That didn't help. Oh, nicely done. That little boosty bonus. A boosty bonus. Oh, that's sort of what we wanted. Ah, he got there first. Very disappointing to me. Oh no, don't just score another goal. Thank you. Thank you for at least not scoring another goal, because I don't think I could have survived the indignity of another goal scored right at the last second there. That would have been a problem. Oh, that's a blueprint. Yeah, that's a blueprint. Oh, that's disappointing. Because A, I haven't figured out how to do blueprints, and B, that's not an actual item. You have to do stuff to get blueprints. You have to get like some kind of extra point or something or other. Yeah, it's very annoying. Tournament, yeah, top 32. Yeah, as in number 32, I think you'll find. But there you go. Rewards was over that one. Yeah, it's fine. Extra modes. We've got the old Rumble. There we go. That'll allow me to maximize my gadgets. Oh, yes, indeed. That's right. Right, I think at this point what I might do is I will be back in a moment, hopefully before the game starts, but there's no guarantee of that. I did try, but unfortunately, as predicted, I wasn't quite back in time. But now I should be, for fuck's sake. Best laid plans get fucked over by everything you try and do. Hopefully, once someone else scores a goal, I'll get a break to sort that out again. But yes, I'm trying to get a fan in because it's just gone that bit too hot again. And fan is becoming a necessity rather than a choice. Owing to the fact that as specified, I seem to just be getting hotter and hotter. I've got the ball! Oh, that's disappointing. And there's that goal I was expecting. Biggest problem is having fuck all space, which is a problem. So everything has to be sacrificed and pushed out of the way. But hopefully That might at least prove slightly... Oh, no! Oh. This game is proving very difficult to get anything done in, owing to the fact that I can't seem to do anything productive, which is somewhat frustrating. The more I try, the more frustrating it gets, because it's just the same old story. Oh, I want to be better. You're not getting better. Yeah. No, too low. How very annoying. Oh, if only I was actually there. I never seem to have any boost. I'm too generous with my boost. Come on! Really, game? Really? You couldn't have just... I mean, it wouldn't have made any difference to the overall loss, but you could have let me have the goal. But unfortunately, that's basically where I live, which is the... You could just let me have that one. Because in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't make any difference. It would just make me feel slightly better. But there you go. No. Oh, I swear to God, they seem to have the correct tool for the job every time. But I suppose it's because they know how to use these tools to the maximum. But we're absolutely being slaughtered here. There may be a sort of... maybe a yielding on Rocket League today. Because it's just not going at all. I suppose it's my own fault for doing a tournament mode and then a sort of high-end rumble mode, but there you go. Ow, ow. Please, would you please not be a dick? I realise that's kind of the only thing you know how to do, so... no! Oh, for fuck's sake! As specified, it's beginning to get very frustrating because it's just every single time I get anywhere near the ball, they get there first. And I'm left looking like a fucking arsehole who's doing nothing to help. Wow. Very nearly scored off the fucking touchline. That would have been... or off the start line, centre line, whatever you want to call it. Darn, you have zoom now. You have zoom pants. Get your zoom pants on. They're yellow and red. Was that zoom? No, that wasn't zoom actually. That's the reverse flash. Which one was zoom? I think he was blue maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really make much difference, I don't think, does it? Let's be honest. Oh, I punched the ball. It didn't help after all. Kind of looked like it was supposed to be helping, and then it very much didn't. God. Would you please just leave me alone, sir? Just for a split second or two. If I was alone, then I might be able to win. But I suppose then it wouldn't be a competition. Nice! Kadrut. Well done, Kadrut. I appreciate your scoring that goal. It at least means we're not completely slaughtered. And that's something. Not a lot. But it sure as shit is something. If we can score 6 more goals, that would be truly impressive. Yes, you get plungered now. That plunger is nowhere near as effective as I thought it was going to be. I suppose it is only really a plunger attached to the ball. So what I was expecting, I do not know, but more than I got, I suppose, is the crucial thing. More than I got. Could you not boot me? Oh, goddamn. Oh well, I suppose he scored anyway, so I suppose that'll do. Right, well, only 4 more goals left to the victory. Come on, we can do this, lads. We can do this. Well, you can do this. I get that sort of fear that I would be better off not being in the match, and then they'd stand a better chance. Alright, got down the field. Didn't do very much, but it got down the field. Oh no! Every single time I commit to any type of shot, I get cut off by someone else. Oh, it's frozen. No, it's frozen again. The second one was my frozen, so that was lucky, because otherwise I'd have had to have let it go. Let it go. We've got like 17 seconds to score a goal. I didn't even want to win anyway. I did, spoiler alert, I did want to win. I must admit, yeah, the 30 frames per second, A, I've gotten used to, and B, seems to no longer be screen tearing, so... no! I mean, come on. That's absolute insult to injury there, isn't it? That's rubbing salt, pepper, and fucking Tabasco sauce all in the wounds. A flipping extra goal on the 0. Absolutely wrecked beyond belief. Maybe I need to go back to Kit, get the confidence of Kit back on there. But I think for now, I think what we'll do is change games, because clearly Rocket League is not my thing today. So there's an argument to be made, it's never your thing, but nonetheless, on this occasion, it definitely is proving troublesome. Oh, what's also proving troublesome is finding space for the mouse, because for some reason, despite being the exact same location as it has ever been, it feels like it's being extremely cramped. I think again it might be the heat. I think everything is the heat. It is ramping all of the things up to the point where it's like and yes, that is an official word. There we go, that'll do. Gonna do one more thing just to finish off on, which may be a bad idea since I've just literally just said that the mouse is proving awkward, but there you go. I don't need the control now. Hopefully that's not going to break the world. You never know your misfortune though. Let's have a nice time. Continue what you're doing. No, I think, yeah, continue is probably the one we wanted. Because I think that is, in fact, the tank we're building. Let's just go snipping and sprue cutting. I got stuck on my own photo booth, oh yeah. Various bits of scenery. I don't know where we keep those various bits of scenery, but there you go. Maybe I get to build them. I get to build. There we go, maybe I've actually got a bit more space on my mouse hand. Could do with a better table, really. Desk. There you go. Not gonna happen. The R35 Classic Slicer Open, oh yeah. I think we lowered the settings substantially here, didn't we? And it just feels a little bit blurry, which, yeah. Such disappointment at all times. Can I not access the settings? No, I don't think I can. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. We're just gonna have to live with the situation I find myself in. Well, we put those two pieces together. Now we've put that on. Oh yeah, okay. So it's time for a little dry brushing. So that's interesting. Detailing technique to highlight raised surfaces, yeah. That's the one. So where are these? Oh, they're on the back here. Do I want to... I feel like there was a way to maybe rotate. Oh yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Nope, that's not the one. Nope, that's not. I didn't mean to dry brush there, but never mind. Oh, we'll just do it here. So yeah, is it that great? Yeah, I think it's basically this grate here. We just dry brush that. Dry brush that. And then we want to just put a bit of dry brushing on there. If there's one thing I'm reasonably good at, and not here, it would say. But if there's one thing I'm reasonably good at, it is in fact dry brushing. Because now, what was that? Reset the. No, okay, none of that. I want to need some of these controls again. Shift and squeeze. Okay. Oh, I don't need all the help. I just needed the one. So shift. Oh, okay, that's a bit better. We might want more. No. No. No, there we go. Okay, now was it control? Okay, I suppose that's probably close enough. What are we currently doing? So this is this one, which is the A4. Which is this the A4? I don't know if this is the right bloody thing. It appears to be sort of like just a. Yeah, I can't see it there. Does it okay, it does automatically change. Okay, so that's fine. So just sort of on the front piece here. Should I be concerned about how small it is? Apparently not. Put that, I think it's between the things. And now we want to put that on the side of the vehicle. If we could just get a perfectly flat side of the vehicle, that way we can pop that on. And then we've just got a next piece, which is the back of my tank. Oh yes, indeed. I wish there was a slightly quicker way of moving the thing, but apparently there's not. I suppose that's it. Well, that eventually worked. Probably about there. Sufficient indeed. I think we've just done this tank. This tank is completed. Press finish the project. That's right, oh yes indeed. I finished the project. Nice! And I took it in a picture on a little bit of battlefield. Big barrel energy. Go accept some new jobs. Oh yeah. Can I now have a look at the settings? Yes, I can. Yeah, I did drop it down to 1280 by 720. That seems extreme. I'll try 1600 by 1900. That's at least the same. Maximise window, minimise window. Full screen usually is slightly less impactful because it's removing anything behind the screen, whereas a window requires a bit more, but there you go. Has that changed the size? No, I think it's all good. Or it's all sufficient, I suppose. Check my emails. Collect 100 buckaroonies, oh yeah. Meeting joy, oh hell yes. I worked with your grandfather for years. I'll stop doing this tuneless singing, I suppose. I used to be his assistant and student, and working with him ignited my passion for this profession. The news of his passing left me with an emptiness in my heart. You know, it was kind of a Karate Kid situation, but with less martial arts and more making cool props and models. Your grandfather left me a piece of his work with instructions to give it to you when the time is right. I'm not even sure what he meant by that, but since you've settled in his workshop, I guess now's as good a time as ever. If you've seen 6 Angry Archaeologists, you'll probably like the model. Nice to meet you. That seems like the more pleasant way of doing it. Yeah, it's great to finally talk to you. Stan shared some stories about you. It's no wonder he wanted you to have the model. He built a few notable dragon props in his career, but I think that's the first one he ever made. Oh, and it has his note attached. He used to add unique notes to almost every model he sold or gave away. I've already read it. I hope you don't mind, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm curious about your reaction, so I'll reach out again soon. Have fun with the assembly and painting. Track that quest. I'm guessing yes it is. It's already being tracked. So I want to open up Meeting Joy, which is my big dragon project. Oh yes. We did technically do this big dragon project last time in the demo, so. But I'm happy to do another dragon project. Always happy to do a dragon project. Most jobs you will do in life will be tedious, whether you're sitting behind a desk or following your dreams. When I worked at Smoke and Mirrors, I was asked to make a dragon figurine. I had almost no experience, but I knew it as a chance for me to create something recognizable. I had to take that chance. It took me a long time to make the figure you have in front of you. It was fun, but also a challenge. The first time I had to create 2 more identical copies in case one of them got damaged, which did happen. This statue is an original, and it's special because of how it was made and the story behind it. Sure, it could have been better. I can see that now, but it was the flaws that gave it its special, unique value. So I want the big base. Oh yeah. Get my big base out and then take it over to the paint table. Get it slapped. Get it slapped with grey. I believe this is my dry brush. Yes it is. So is that? Oh, I see. Oh, this is washing. Okay. Well, theoretically, if my understanding is correct, although having said that, it depends on the effect you're after, but you do want to wash then dry brush, technically speaking, I believe. So we want to just sort of wash all the cracks, essentially, don't we? Slop it in. You never have too much wash. Also, I've been told. I'm sure you could have too much wash if you really wanted. If you really went ham, you could probably have too much wash. We'll just give it a liberal coating. Liberal coating, liberal coating, oh yeah. Try and make sure we get in the cracks. Said the nun to the vicar. Make sure you get in all of the cracks. That's right. And then we're back to the beginning one. Can I spill the wash? I don't think so. Fortuitously, I don't think you can spill the wash. I mean, no. See, I can't even paint outside the model. So all I have to do is stroke my brush, which is what the vicar said to the nun. Again. There we go. I think that's a liberal application of wash if ever I did see one. And now we want a liberal application of dry brush. Can we actually op our... Oh, that's the colour, I think, isn't it? That's the colour. Ah, there we go. Size. Control-Shift mouse button. Yeah, okay, that's the biggest dry brush we've got. Feels like we should have a bigger dry brush, but you know, that's fine. Highlight all the areas. Dry brushing, oh yes. Oh, I highlighted a nub at the top, that's fine. The nubs will disappear, so it don't make too much difference. Again, just liberal application of dry brush. All across the model, just sweep it up, sweep it down, sweep it left and sweep it round. Stop. I need to zoom out slightly and then I'll stop flashing up the mistaken thing. Yeah, look at that. Liberal dashings of dry brushing. Finish that off. Get all of the higher edges. Slop it on. I say slop it on, it's a dry brush, isn't it? So you're not slopping it anyway. You're drying it. Right, what's happening here then? Oh, this is another piece, isn't it? Well, I don't think I actually would technically want to glue it on yet. I just want to get it painted right here. Oh, so we wanna slap the paint on there, and now we wanna slap on the gold. Next up, let's slap on the spikes. Oh yeah. Right, what we got? So we want an airbrush. Oh, the airbrush can go much higher in terms of size. Don't know what sort of size we want, but I suppose it's because it's got a nozzle. It's got a nozzle indeed. So what I'm probably thinking is we basically want it thick enough to ideally do this in like one shot. But the fact that it's an organic creature does technically mean you get away with a little bit more, because it wouldn't necessarily have straight lines, which is nice. That's nice. Especially because you've got the gold base coat. This green is just sort of an extra skin colour. I think no matter what you did with it, it would look quite nice. Even in real life, it would look quite nice. Obviously, there's a, you know. But the dry brush should probably give it some feathery strokes, perhaps. Not that I've ever really used a dry brush, so I can't guarantee that. Also, you can still go over the lines and make it look shit, so don't you worry. I'm sure I'll manage that one. Oh, yes I will. I can make anything look absolutely shitty. It's a hidden power. I can ruin all of the things. Should really focus on these spikes if I'm gonna like make it look good. Which, as previously mentioned, I probably won't make it look good. I'm just suggesting I should try and make it look good. Which is why I'm just going back over. See, the benefit is that those earlier strokes that I've done, they're dry by now. So I'm just giving them an extra going over. Did you realise it's like dry immediately? It's not real paint. I wish someone had told me it wasn't real paint. Op my nozzle size. I don't know if you can do that on a real airbrush. Can you just instantly op your nozzle size? I feel like that's something where you'd have to take it apart, put on a fresh new nozzle, and at that point you would have a increase in nozzle size. Nozzle size. Have you seen the size of my nozzle? It's a magnificently sized nozzle. I mean, what's interesting as well, of course, is technically I don't have to do any of this. Because if you look, the green bar says, well done, you put green on it. Now, strictly speaking, all this extra green that I'm doing is entirely unnecessary, but it feels appropriate to try and actually sort of make it look as good as possible. I'm always obliged to make things look as good as possible. Always obliged to do my best, despite my best never quite being good enough. Okay, so this again, we want to just sort of, this time we want to be a little bit more cautious, because obviously we only really want the shade on the statue. Unfortunately, we did get a little bit of green on that statue. Now, if I go back a page, if I go back a second page, and I go like that, I can just base coat that again. And now, I mean, it does mean I'm going to have to start this wash process again, but now in real life I probably wouldn't care that much about getting a bit of wash on that gold. Although having said that, you'd probably want, you know, obviously on the earth I'm using a black wash. Chocolate, apparently, chocolate chippings wash I'm using for this. Whereas in real life you'd probably want sort of a yellowy browny wash for the dragon skin, but I don't think I'd be that fussed if I did fuck up and put a little bit of wash on the dragon's skin. I don't think I'd care that much in real life. So you can really sort of choose whether you're going to go really deep into the crevices there, which is, I suppose, essentially that would be multiple coats, wouldn't it? Multiple coats of wash, multiple washings for you and for me. All of the wash is something to behold. Couple more sides and then we're on to the dry brushing. Oh yes, indeed. And as mentioned, that's where I excel, just dry brushing everything, because it magically makes it look better than it was originally. Is this? I think I've done this bit, haven't I? Oh, now it's darker. Yeah, I think I had already done that one. But now it's time for dry brushing. Yes. Now this, I must admit, this would be a difficult dry brush, I think. Because dry brushing is kind of quite sweepy. Or at least the way I do it. The way I do it's quite sweepy. Which means in real life, and in this game in fairness, stand a very, very good chance of accidentally clipping the dragon, which you want to avoid. You always want to try and avoid clipping the dragon. Goddamn smooth jazz. I wonder if it would be beneficial if I played like smooth jazz while I was actually painting myself. Well, having said that, technically I do sort of almost, it wouldn't be considered smooth jazz, but I tend to, on some occasions at least, not all the time, but on some occasions I tend to listen to the Persona 5 soundtrack, which has got a jazz element to it. There's a little bit of jazz within their sort of style of musical track. Highly recommend listening to the Persona 5 soundtrack, it's very good, or at least I like it, which probably means in the grand scheme of things it's rubbish. No, I think, in fairness, I think on this occasion, rarity of rarity as it is, the world as a slightly greater whole actually agrees with me. And that Persona 5 soundtrack, did I miss the, I don't think, I might have missed washing that section, you know. Slightly tempted to maybe just give it a wash just in case. Okay, and then we'll give it a touch more dry brush. Obviously, in real life, I'd have had to have waited a prolonged period there for the wash to dry. Otherwise, it would have affected the dry brushing, because obviously, dry brushing, you kind of need to be dry. Right, what we've got here. What we got here. Okay, so that's another dry brush, and that's the gold dry brush. Might be easier to do the gold dry brush first. Difficult to know. I must admit, the one thing I don't know whether it's just me, but it seems very awkward to move the bastard thing around. Do the arrow keys move it around at all? Okay. Not the arrow keys, but WASD does. And that is perhaps slightly better way of doing it than the mouse key, which seems a bit daft, but what are you going to do? I must admit, my instinct is move it around with the mouse by holding the mouse scroll wheel. Probably because I think that might be how you do it in Blender. And it's got sort of like that, just slightly similar interface of here's a 3D model. Try and do the underside here, but I feel like there's no real way of getting right in the centre of some of these areas. So just have to, basically just have to do my best, I suppose, won't I must admit, I forgot this is a fairly lengthy job, this one, isn't it? Building this big statue. I haven't said that, I've got about half hour, but more a case of wanting to sort of move around and come away from this bloody computer, considering how hot it is making me at the moment. I've done that area of dry brushing. I've done this bit, let's say. Like in real life, it is proving difficult to know which areas you've done and which areas you haven't done. Of course, the other aspect is getting to each of these areas, but I suppose it's one of those ones where sometimes I do have to remind myself in real life, of doing this sort of painting of models. If I can't access it and see it with a paintbrush, nobody else is likely to access it and see it with a paintbrush. Certainly no one else is likely to sort of access it with a paintbrush. Otherwise they've really gotten a bit above themselves. Look, you've not done a very good job there. I'll just touch that off for you. No, get your paintbrush away from my models. You deranged fool. As a general rule, you don't just go up to people and go, yeah, I'm just going to repaint your model. There you go. If you're asked to repaint their model, you can consider it, but as a general rule, you don't just want to sort of whip out your paintbrush at a moment's notice. Right, so I believe now it is the green dry brush along the back and across the spikes, just to really sort of bring out the detailing of the model. That's the real benefit of the dry brushing, isn't it? This is where you need something like this that's a really beautiful sculpt with lots of texture. That's why I quite like, if you're ever after something to watch on YouTube, look up North of the Border. Very talented model maker, and he tends to put a lot of texture detail in his work, so that he gets a nice ability to just sort of dry brush and really pop the details beautifully. I do warn you, he makes some really horrendous things sometimes. And by horrendous, I mean like intentionally horrendous, like real life, you know, making a minion look like it's a real horror creature and stuff. So in terms of like skill, it's still perfect. But in terms of general, like, my God, what am I looking at? It's sometimes absolutely disgusting. But as I say, intentionally disgusting. So it's kind of still counts as highly skillful. Really, so I almost feel obliged to go back and redo some of that tail green, but I can't be bothered, so I'm not going to. Okay, so let's bring back what was the button? That was the button. Oh yeah, I think I've just attached those two nicely, and now we move on to the next area. Where is this part? Oh, I see, it's the dragon's tail. I'll just ditch that and get that out of the way. Get its tail sorted. A big golden dragon. That's what we like. And I think we can get away with a slightly higher gauge on this airbrushing. I suppose there's an argument to be said that because you're pumping air at it, it is going to be quite dry. Never used an airbrush myself. Wouldn't say no to it. I'm not, you know, that's not some kind of, oh, you shouldn't use an airbrush. I've just never had the chance. It's one of those ones where sometimes it's not worth buying the big fancy tools until you're like really dedicated to the craft. And truth be told, I'm not that dedicated to the craft. I'm far more sort of, I tend to end up being a little bit more digital, which is, I suppose, where this game kind of shines, because it's rather splitting the difference, isn't it? It allows for a bit of both. Again, I think we can probably afford to up the airbrush size. Just sort of try and work because obviously we want the sort of tip to be relatively solid, and this I think is where this is where gradients, no, I mean it's sort of what I meant, but it's not quite the full sentence. What I was going to say was this is where airbrushes come into their own, I think, from my understanding, because they do have that capacity to make very good gradients reasonably easily. Like slightly easier than a traditional paintbrush would be able to make a gradient, I think. Let's try and get into the corners. We really want the tip to end up being the full yellow, ideally. Not much red left on that tip at all. You don't want a red tip. Oh, sorry. You do not want a red tip. You want to get your tip all yellow. Bringing it down ideally so that it matches up with the other side, but again, like a little bit of trying to get a nice, ideally organic looking mix there. I think we're alright. Alright, so we'll be wanting to dry brush on things. Dry brush, oh yeah. Dry brush away. Get the dry brush on the green section. Oh, lucky because we can't see a lot of the other side of the model, which means the fact that I can't control a mouse to save my life is not a detriment here. Don't get me wrong, it is every other occasion, but specifically on this one thing, this one job, it doesn't make too much difference. And now we'll try and get the most of the underside done while we're here. And then we can try and work around these sides. I reckon, like, being a film model maker, I think that's what this workshop's meant to be about in the end, isn't it? This workshop's meant to be sort of miniatures and film prop, or and specifically, I suppose, miniature film prop. There we go. That's doing a bit more what I was hoping it would do. I think I missed the first time, which is why it. As much as I can wildly go over and round and stuff, you do actually have to start on the model initially. So yeah, that's a nice way of intermingling the red. I think a lot of that is just the unfortunate texture of the game. The UV's not quite going as planned. Now, kind of almost feeling like it would be easier to. Yeah, it's going to be easier to try and do that and then slot the tail in there rather than anything else. That's interesting actually. That doesn't look quite as good now because it doesn't quite line up as well. That's why you probably wouldn't actually want to do that separately. You'd want to do it together, but I'm not saying I'm gonna bother actually changing it. I'm just highlighting it as a problem. Slop on that. Slop on the gold. Slop on the green. Whoops. Oh, no. Okay, I didn't. I thought I'd almost really balls that off. Which, I mean, ultimately wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Because balls and things are, it's kind of par for the course. Try and get this green. I suppose I keep almost thinking of it as the belly, but it's not, is it? It's actually the back. Because obviously it's got the spikes on it. And as much as I'm sure you could probably have spikes on your belly if you tried hard enough, I get the impression this is actually meant to be his backside. And therefore the sort of slightly more scaly looking side is actually the belly after all as well, isn't it? Not entirely sure what that's going to be. Oh, it's a leg, or probably a leg, something. Yeah, I think there are legs there, so leg makes the most sense. Don't know if I am going to want that connection having green underneath. And ultimately I did discover to my detriment that you probably want to avoid too much paint on areas you plan on gluing. Although it's not too bad with the peg, if you've got that peg in there. But yeah, I did have one of my models basically went, nope, I am now no longer glued because this paint has literally flaked away having been pulled by the glue. One of those things you want to be wary of. But as I say, I think the fact that this has got quite substantial sort of peg and hole type connections will be alright. Assuming, again, that's based on real life, obviously. A lot of what I'm saying is based on if this was in real life, which I do realise this is not in real life. Therefore, exactly the same principles don't apply. But then again, you can sort of just pretend and go with the idea. Probably want to... Yeah, that'll make it slightly easier. We got any more on that brush? No. But it is amazing how a few cracks, a bit of shade and a dry brush really does, you know, pull a model from looking, oh yeah, it's alright, to, my god, that really looks brilliant. Granted, your sort of highlight work is usually quite important as well. Oh, it looks like I sprayed that base again. I should really go back and re-base coat it, but I'm not going to. I am too lazy. Because I've done most of my sort of ink wash now, or just wash. Now a dry brush. Put the dry brush on the thingamabob. Let's get it dry, as dry as we can. Because that is the secret of dry brushing. You really do have to sort of... If you ever decide to start dry brushing, it took me by surprise quite how dry you have to have that brush to really get the results you're looking for. And even now I tend to still have a bit too much paint on the old brush when dry brushing, which leaves sort of just unfortunate smears rather than actual decent sort of edge highlighting dry brush stuff. I think we've done that one. Yeah, nice. And now I'm guessing, yeah, we're going to want a dry brush all up our dragon. Dry brush his scales, dry brush his spikes, dry brush his everything. You get a dry brush, I get a dry brush, everybody gets a free dry brush. Not a guarantee. So very relaxing, isn't it? Just a lovely tune. A little bit of stroking the brush. Up and down. Up and down as you just try and cover every area. And just get that suitable amount of coverage on the scales. To the point where you think, do you know what? That's not looking bad. Hell yeah. It's actually looking quite tolerable. I feel like it's, yeah, again, it's going to be when we put the pieces together that you suddenly go, oh no, oh, I'm not sure about that. Owing to the simple fact that they do have this tendency to not quite look as cohesive when you put them together. Now, I suppose there's an argument to be had that that's my fault, but plus technically I suppose you can, like with like the free mode in this, I think I do have the capacity, if I wanted to just whip out any of these brushes. I mean, I'm fairly diligently sticking to the letter of the instruction manual in the corner. But of course, I think at any point I am free to just change up my brush and go Maverick. Probably wouldn't score a very high grade on this if I did decide to suddenly go Maverick, but it doesn't technically stop me doing so. And I suppose that's where the free mode is probably going to be quite interesting, because then I do get the impression you probably can just go absolutely sort of, I'm just doing whatever I please. I can paint it Any colour I like. Now again, I wouldn't mind getting a little bit further into the sort of undercarriage of the dragon, but I think ultimately that's... Again, it's like, if someone's looking in that section, they're looking too closely. Which leg is that? That leg, okay. Let's dye it gold again. Base coating is very easy, and then dry brushing is even easier here, because just avoid its little tootsies. Especially there, yeah, that's really nice detail coming out there. At some point I should probably try and print off a lovely big dragon like this to have a go at painting up. I think there's plenty available, both free and sort of paid for. There's plenty of these sort of big dragons available. I did just recently get like the Sci-Fi Loot Studios collection, which was quite pleasant. What is this? Is this... I don't know, what's this tool? Colour tool. Did I? No. Oh, it's the wrong leg, that's why. Yeah, this is a new leg. I got confused. It's not a problem. Yeah, we're keeping the legs nice and simple. This is quite nice. Keep his legs nice and simple. Just a basic paint, and then a lovely dry brush. I do now own a rather pleasant sort of well, I mean, it's just a Citadel, so it's not spectacular. It's nothing special. It's perfectly accessible to anybody else. But I've got their gold spray. That's what I was after. Their gold spray. I know, I couldn't think of the word spray. It's fine. I'm too relaxed. Too relaxed by far. Alright. We're going a step higher. That's right. So yeah, you can see sort of a seam line there, which is unfortunate. But I suppose that is relatively inevitable. But yeah, you can really see a seam line there, can't you? Should have tried to do a bit more green there, but never mind. Right, what we got here? This is a brand new piece, isn't it? Yes, it is. So again, we're after our standard colourings. Gold for the dragon. That's all that done. And now fill in his dragony bits at the back with your lovely green. Oh yeah. Time to spray in the air. What I'm just going to do is, considering the fact that I highlighted the fact that there seem to be issues with the connection there, we'll just try and put a bit more emphasis on the idea of spraying off that connection. Again, technically I could always touch it up, but that's just not something I'm going to be willing to do, I don't think. Even in real life I'd probably not be that willing to go touching it up that much. A lot of the time, by the time I've finished a project like this, it's like, yeah, no, I can't put any more time into this. I find it very difficult to justify any volume of time, truth be told. Despite the fact that I waste a lot of my time. Which is possibly why I find it difficult to justify putting time into things. Because I end up wasting so much time. I must admit, once again, we may want to go back to that stone before I start washing it. Just reapply the base coat where I've sprayed it green. And this time I might, if I remember, I might bother. If I forget and start washing it, it's going to probably be a case of never mind. I'll survive. It's just a couple of times like there, you could see where the UVs of the actual 3D models sort of are coming into. Now granted, it's probably partially because I've got a fairly low settings on, but it is still quite interesting seeing where you've got these things available. So let's just reapply that. It's a cheeky method, but a method I'm doing. In real life, you probably would just go, whoops, I've sprayed over that bit. Oh well, just apply a little extra. So it's not such a terrible notion. Just a bit cheeky going back and just going, yeah, I'm reapplying the base coat, when you wouldn't really be wanting to do that in real life, I don't think. Because usually the base coat is via a spray can or an air brush in the first place, and therefore not necessarily the finest of detail work. Well, I think we've reached the top of the mountain. Dry brush time. Really sort of, I'm going to try and just be a little bit more generous on the tip of the mountain, because that's theoretically where all the light is going to be coming from. Not that I've made that decision in previous occasions, so possibly a little bit strange, but this is where I must admit I'd be impressed for people who work in sort of segments like this, because in this digital platform I'm having a difficult enough time making each segment then sort of cohesively link together, which I imagine is equally a problem, is even more so, I would guess, if you work like this in real life, which I must admit I don't know if you would, because truth be told I feel like you'd construct it all perhaps, but I mean I couldn't say that with any real certainty. There we go. Once again classified as sort of green and completed, very early doors. I will do it to the best of my ability, essentially, to the best of my ability. Which is, oopsie doodles, well, the dragon has left a little bit of moss on the rock. Might be able to perhaps go back and just, you wouldn't really be able to dry brush over that, I don't think, because the dry brush wouldn't cover it up. So, but what you'd probably do is maybe double down on it and put a little bit more green dry brush and suggest it was some kind of intentional thing. But that's not really an option here, so we'll just carry on. Well, technically it is an option. Not what they want you to be doing, but strictly speaking, is an option. Well, there is a little bit of sort of belly there. The first time I've really spotted the fact that there is actually belly to the dragon. Maybe it's because it's had its belly pinned to the rock all this time, and it's only just sort of revealed the idea that there is a little bit of belly. Try and get that bit. Whip round. I think we already did most of that section, so I think we're pretty much there. Fairly certain we've done that. Oh, one thing I will just do, where I did mess up on that green. There you go. I still think in real life you wouldn't necessarily get away with that as much, but hey, look, this is not real life, so I think I'll survive. Nice. Still, Jesus, there's still quite a lot of parts left, isn't there? What's this part? This is another piece of dragon. which means we're going to have to do the full process again. Oh boy, yeah, it's shot round to our pass now. I'm assuming I can just leave it off and come back to it at a later date. But, yeah. I mean, the most time-consuming process on this whole affair is definitely the old dry brushing, airbrushing. Does seem to sort of, whoops. Well, that's not gone quite to plan. We'll make it try and look like it's supposed to be like that, right? So this is the problem where I've started getting a little bit impatient. I've used the much larger nozzle, which means I have a lot less control over where the paint ends up. Hence why there's a fairly chunky bit there. But I think I'll survive. I don't know, it may cost me like a sort of the highest of the high grades, but we'll see. I think there's sort of like a bit of a, there's a bit of a bleed where if you sort of hold it down, it will just sort of slightly edge out of the main circle somewhat. We'll probably try and finish off this piece and then I'll probably call it quits there. You never know, maybe we'll pick it up again next week and finish off our dragon. Got a feeling that might be where the demo ended last time, so with a bit of luck we might get a little bit of something new, because obviously technically I've already shown this whole dragon, tank and car and dwarf section, but never mind. I don't know if anybody's gonna care that much, and if you do, then that's, I suppose, fine. Probably do nicely, and let's get those shiny scales even shinier than they already are. I believe I do want to sort of dry brush the underbelly as well. There may be an instruction later that sort of trumps this and says no, but I figure you might as well, even if it does sort of say you want to dry brush it with a lighter shade or something. Dry brushing with a darker shade and then a lighter shade is just more highlights. The gentle splish splish, sweeps of a brush on a model, which is actually probably a lot. Their sound effect is a lot more than you would actually hear when doing it, I think. But, I'd be curious to know if they like studied sound effects to see if this was like the optimal sound effect brush thing, or whether they just, they went, fuck it, that looks sweepy enough, doesn't it? Oh, no, we don't want to attach the arm yet. We want to base coat it. I did say I was in a better way, but we can possibly get away with one more piece of dragon. By the time I do one more piece of dragon, I might as well do one more piece of dragon. And there's a never-ending pieces of dragon. This is where I remember it was devilishly awkward separating the airbrush to do between his fingers without fucking it up. And I'm not saying I'm going to be able to improve upon the situation, not do it as badly as I did it last time, but I have learnt about the airbrushing of the orb. Although having said that, technically you don't really want it in between his fingers, do you? You sort of want it just kind of there. The sort of highlight on the orb, just sort of gentle concentric circles to really just try and... Oops, didn't actually mean to push that, but never mind. There you go, now he's got sort of like shiny orb. I don't know if that looks any good, but we'll carry on anyway. So, oh yeah, there's the right piece. Just the initial image was very much not looking like that. Now we're into very simple territory where we just dry brush this hand. See, some pieces are super basic, which is quite nice, I suppose. It's kind of what you need sometimes. You need like a super, but well, right. Kind of what I need sometimes is something super basic. Arguably, I need that a lot. But there you go. Now, is this another? Oh no, this is a piece that has been painted. And what I'm trying to do is attach its arms. Slap a bit of glue in. Slap a bit of glue in. Slap the big boy in. That's the ticket. Look at that. And then I think, yeah, we've got the dragon's head left. So I think. There you go. 74%. So I think we're okay. I think basically we can also have a look around here if we want. Can I actually go upstairs? Oh shit. I mean, I can go up the stairs. I can't actually go in the room, but I can go in the stairs. Nice. What happens if there's a fire? No, the fire extinguisher you can't seem to do anything with. Wasn't really expecting... I was expecting an invisible wall here. I wasn't expecting to be able to go up the stairs. It's quite nice, the fact that they've allowed you, you know, here's a staircase, you are allowed to see it. You are allowed to go up there. Excellent. Right, I think exit. That will probably be exit. Traditionally means exit. So there you go. Right. Well, that's it for today. I think once again we've probably not worth doing any kind of raiding. So I will be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I believe, for Dragon Quest Builders 2 and some Graveyard Keeper. So cheerio.